You're hit. You're bleeding, man.
I ain't got time to bleed.
What's up, guys? It is the month of August already. So we got some things to talk about for the month of July. And by any chance, if you are coming here for the first time, my name is Glennon Taylor. And for those of you who are fanboys of Predator, welcome. Pretty much I do a monthly live stream every single month at the end of each month, just to recap what we've been able to accomplish as collectors, what you've been able to see, what has been announced, things like that. So I want to welcome you to this live stream for the month of July, even though again it's August 3rd. But there's a lot of things to talk about with Prime 1, which is kind of ironic. When I started my live stream, you saw the big game issue number 2. So we talked about that. We'll also be talking about the different covers that are coming out for Archie versus Predator, the sequel to the comic book from Dark Horse and Archie Comics. So we'll be talking a lot about that. What's up, Nick? Will Predator Queen? Yeah, it's already August, Wolf, and we're already done with half of the year. It's crazy. But I got a lot of things planned, and hopefully they'll come to fruition. But here's my question, though. What did you guys think of the videos I was able to give you for content for the month of July? That was pretty exciting for me, actually. I got to see not only a couple of things, which was Adam Buttry. He is a artist over at the Knoxville Comic Book Expo. I got to meet the CCO and Vice President of Sales over at the Silver Screen Bottling Company. So if you've not seen that video, again, I will be linking that right up here. But I did get myself a bottle of Whiskey Dutch. So I haven't opened it yet, obviously. You can probably tell right there. But yeah, I got myself a bottle. Can't wait to chug on that big thing. That's 750 milliliters of alcohol, 45% alcohol per volume. So, well, it says Archie vs. Predator, one of the strangest crossovers out there. Sounds like a Robot Chicken skit. Kind of, sort of. I can kind of see where you're going with that. But also what I got in my collection. So usually that's how I start off my live streams, just to show you guys what I was able to obtain, put in my collection for the month of July. While I was interviewing Adam Buttry, he was able to have these as well. Sorry for the glare. These are sketch cards because he's an artist for Upper Deck Entertainment. So this is a cloaked Predator that he did. Pretty cool. He also signed it on the back. And you have the masked version of that with a little bit of a, thermal background. Liking that a lot. And we, of course, have the unmasked one. So he's a really cool artist, I think. But he had these as original sketches. So these are not duplicates or prints. This is something he inked and marked for the con. So I was able to buy these from him. I also got the art prints that I showcased on that video. So again, I will also leave that video up there as well. And he's a pretty good artist. There was actually a lot of good artists over at the Knoxville Fanboy Expo. What's up, Scott? Glad you see me make it, man. So now that, oh, I also did add a few other things too. I did get the San Diego Comic-Con pop icon, the toucan. It's a mascot for San Diego Comic-Con. So I was able to grab that particular pop. So that will be kind of a backdrop for my next 3 videos for the month of August. Being since all 3 of my videos are going to be San Diego Comic-Con related anyway, just so you guys are aware. So you might see him in the background while I'm talking about the San Diego Comic-Con exclusives. Doing pretty good, man. Nope, it's not Toucan Sam. Although that is a very sought after and highly valued Funko Pop. I don't know why. But no, it's just a regular toucan bird. That's what the San Diego Comic-Con decided to do as their mascot 50 years ago. It was 1980. They called it a different name back then. But it was in San Diego in 1980, and they're celebrating their 50th anniversary. Which technically this is 2019, so I guess it came out in 1979. But, yeah. Just the toucan bird wearing a San Diego Comic-Con t-shirt. Now, if you were also a Batman fan, you were able to also probably get the 80s anniversary Batman, and Batman's holding a San Diego Comic-Con goodie bag. So, I didn't grab that. I just wanted the toucan mascot to have as a backdrop for my San Diego Comic-Con videos. Toucans are alright. I guess it depends on the species or breed of toucan. I mean, I don't know how many versions of toucan there is as an actual species of bird. But I prefer flamingos, mainly because I'm from Florida. We have Florida flamingos that are naturally there. And believe it or not, majority of the times the reason they get their pink color is because of the shrimp that they eat. I never knew that until I was, while I was growing up in Florida. But some of them were white, some of them were pink. I guess if they were white, they weren't getting enough food. But yeah, we got natural Floridian flamingos. We also have peacocks in Florida as well. Let me know what you guys though. What did you by any chance get for your collection? I got something that was Archie vs. Predator related, but I'm not going to show it off just right this minute. I haven't added anything NECA. I'm kind of taking a break from NECA until the end of August. I did bid on one of the Batman vs. Predator NECA figures, so I'm hoping that will, I win that bid. I also did buy the glow-in-the-dark exclusive 3-inch Titan figure. That'll be coming in the mail probably by sometime next week. The San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Archie vs. Predator comic, that won't be coming into my neck of the woods until 2 weeks from now. It will be available to purchase next week, but I won't be able to get it in my hands until the following week. So my other comic books I haven't been able to get. I went down to the mailbox to check to see if they were coming in today, but nope. Did you guys already get all of your 6 covers? Because actually there's 12 different covers for issue number 1 of Predator versus Archie. 12 different covers for issue number 1. It says, I have yet to get the Lab Escape Fugitive and the Emissary Predators. Oh, happy birthday. Birthday's coming up, so I should be able to get my hands on them. That's cool. Yeah, I probably won't be doing any of the Lab Escape or Emissary Predators until September. Mainly because, again, this entire month is focused on San Diego Comic-Con exclusives. I know a lot of YouTubers are filming YouTube videos right now regarding what happened at SCC. Oh, cool, Scott. How'd you get it, though? I had to go on eBay, but I only paid like $5 over its retail value, but It's $5. It's not something astronomical like $30 for a $10 figure. So next Sunday. Okay. Well, either which way, happy birthday. Because I probably won't be able to talk to you then unless it's on Twitter or Instagram. Man, I can't talk today. I'm gonna have another drink of coffee. So Scott, how'd you get the SCCC Titan glow in the dark figure? Did you have to go on eBay or did a friend hook you up? I'm just curious. I had to go the eBay route. I checked my GameStop, but unfortunately I'm not sure because of GameStop's current financial situation. There are videos of that on YouTube, and they've let about 1/3 or 50%, no, 1/3 of their staff go, management staff. That's cool, Scott. I know, buddy, you're in the UK, so I know it's kind of hard to get these SDCC exclusives from us over here in the States. So, sorry. I know it's probably going to be a pain in the butt, but I'm glad that a friend of yours was able to hook you up with that. They're kind of small. I mean, they're only maybe that big, 3 inches. What I really wanted actually was Titan to give us different characters. Now, don't get me wrong. I love Titan. I love the fact that they're able to, again, give us another San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Predator from their product line. I just rather it be, a different character. I've yet to see a Berserker, a Fugitive, or anything like that. I want to see them do a 6-inch San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Hopefully they'll maybe do it for NYCC for a different character. I've seen some of your drawings, Wolf, on Twitter. They look pretty good. So I know Scott's got the SCCC. Wolf, did you get anything? Or you're just trying to focus on NECA? Yeah, Scott, I agree. Scott says he'd rather see a Berserker Falcon or a Tracker. Yep. Same here. I don't know if it's because of the difficulty in the sculpting process or the tooling for creating Berserker's masks, because he has that bone jaw on the bottom of his bio helmet. I'm sure you could probably do it one without the mask and just paint it that way. I love Titan in regards to their paint apps. Their paint apps is awesome. I would love to see an unmasked Berserker Titan figure with their paint. I think they would knock it out of the park. What's up, Trash? Glad you're able to see it, brother. I was wondering if I was going to see you first or you're going to show up later on. You actually made it in time. I haven't showed off anything as of yet. So, Wolf says NECA for now, maybe around Christmas time. I'll work up to get the courage to get the Hot Toys Wolf. I thought you already had the Wolf. I figured you would snatch up that, like, quick. It's understandable, though. It's $300. Yeah, I agree with Scott. An unmasked Berserker would be awesome. Well, let's go ahead, and I think what we're going to do is go ahead and talk about the Archie vs. Predator 2 sequel. And let me just go on to saying that this is probably, out of any comic book crossover, let's see, Josh says, my armored assassin arrived. He's awesome, but a bastard to stand. Yeah, his legs, his hind legs, because it's like on a human, you know how we have the bottom of the heel? The heel is extended, so he kind of stands on the tippy toes of his feet, so it's hard to have him stand on that alone. But that's how he was designed. I'm surprised they didn't give us a stand for the assassin, but I haven't even got that yet. But again, I'm not focused on NECA figures at this current moment. There was a lot of other better things to get in relation to Predator stuff. So that's just my 2 cents. But yeah, if you guys, here's what I want to know from you though, before I continue. How many covers were you guys able to grab from issue number 1 of the original Archie vs. Predator comic? So I have all of them. They're actually sitting right here beside me. And I'll show you which ones they are. But I mean, this is ridiculous. And I'll show you which ones which one's which. And I also have something to show you too that you may not be aware of. See, I'm trying to work on various Predator bust drawings and get people interested in commissions. That'd be cool, Wolf. You might want to sell them on Etsy, just to say they have an Etsy store. Unless you want to do original commissions. That way they're not all the same. The prints are always, an option. But let's go ahead and talk about Archie. So if you haven't realized, I have to go eat now. I'll be back. All right, Wolf. See you in a minute. But this is the original, cover. Can you see it? There you go. So this is the one cover. Everyone should already have that. Then you got the Ashcan one. A small little preview. And then we get to the other variants. So we got Books A Million. 4 color grails. And keep going. San Diego Comic-Con. Phoenix Comic-Con. Phantom variant. GameStop. Regular cover issue 1. So the first ones, of course, there was 3 covers per issue. So these you can only get if you ordered a certain number of issues. And that was pretty much it. I mean, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 covers for issue number 1. So that was just 10. So normally, if you got all 3, this is what it would be for. So you would have 3 different covers for each issue that came out for Archie vs. Predator. But you also, keep in mind, had a hardcover edition Archie vs. Predator as well. Ridiculous. Now, apparently it seems that Archie Comics and Dark Horse Comics will be doing, instead of 3 variants per issue, there will be 6. Each issue, 5 issues to be exact, each one of them will have 6 different covers for you to collect as both a Predator fan as a comic book collector as well. So that to me is cool, but hard to snatch from a comic book store. If you shop at a comic book store, I usually buy mine directly from thingsfromanotherworld.com, which is just another way of saying I buy mine directly from Dark Horse Comics. So the issues that we currently are now getting are the ones that are being resolved for issue 2. So the one thing I wanted to show off really quickly for issue 1 though is this is the House of Secrets issue number 92, the very first appearance of Swamp Thing from 1971. And the reason I'm showing this is because they have an Archie vs. Predator variant of the Swamp Thing Homage cover, and you're able to get this as both a regular cover, and what you're seeing without the letters is called a Virgin variant. So you get 2 issues, one with letters and one without the letters. And this is going to be through a website. Now, we'll be showing that off here in a minute. But what I wanted, a reason to show that to you is because I just got mine in the mail. And this is the version variant cover for JJ's Comics. And this is, again, with the letters, without the letters. So this is now one of these. This is now, instead of the San Diego Comic-Con PX Previews convention exclusive, which again I'll be getting in 2 weeks. This is again another variant cover, and you can get these. These are limited, however, to 300 copies, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. 300 copies. Way more rare, I think. Probably not, but 300 copies is still a limited run. And the Swamp Thing Homage variant you could also get. They're $20 a set. You'll get both the regular one and the Virgin one. And if you want those covers, the links are down in the description below. You go to stadiumcomics.com and jjcomics.com directly, and they'll ship out to you. I think the shipping for, unfortunately for Stadium Comics, is $10 for the set. So it's $19.99. So once it ships, it'd be $30 or $29.99, not including tax, perhaps, because I know with eBay there's tax involved. And that's what I wanted to focus on. Do not, guys, please don't do it. I don't want you guys to ever get, you know, this cover or any other covers for $40. That's just for one issue, right? It's just for $40, one issue. Don't do that to yourself. Go ahead and do me a favor. Click on those links down in the description and pay the retail value, $20, to getting them to your collection. So that's now a total of 12. So you get 2 issues per variant cover, the Virgin and the regular one, for the Swamp Thing Homage and the JJ Comics. I just really wanted to make sure that I show you that to you guys, because, you know, I think you deserve that information. I know eBay may have the information, but I don't want you to say, oh, I don't know where to get these. I can't find the website or the link. Those links are down in the description, so they're able to get it for the $20 and not the $40. So I hope that helps. I love coffee. So I hope your guys were able to snag those covers before they sell out. I don't know when or if they're going to sell out for 300 copies, but it's really cool to have a set. I've never had a Virgin variant cover without the letters. It's just the artwork, which I think is really cool. So if I can find the artist responsible, it's kind of like one of those blank pages that you finally go to a comic book convention and you'll have like a Batman blank black and white cover for them to do their own little art sketches. It's kind of what this reminds me of. But if I can find the artist, I'll have him autograph it up here and get it graded. So I think it'd be kind of cool. Now, Trash Scott, I know you guys are in the UK. I hope that these links that I left down in the description are helpful to you, even though you live out in the UK. I know the shipping might be a little bit more expensive, but you guys able to hear me okay? Hope there's not a lag. Let's see. Now, I was going to, of course, let me show you what the issue 2 covers are. So these are going to be the issue 2 variants for Archie versus Predator. I like this one, the one with the fugitive Predator on it. Not sure exactly why he has a sword, but that one's my favorite probably, the one with the beach. I like this one where Archie's wearing the Predator armor, where he just beheaded the Predator. That one I think is pretty interesting. This one I'm not sure about. I know it's an AVP version, but I'm not quite liking them. And that's issue 2. So that's all 6 issues of issue 2. And then we have finally issue 3. So they've already announced so far 3 issues. So all 6 issues for issue 2 and all 6 variant covers for issue number 3 as well. So I really like these covers. I can't wait to pre-order them and get them in my collection. I think when it comes down to Archie vs. Predator comic books, that I'm able to get different varieties of the covers and appreciate the artwork for what they are, which is what exactly a lot of comic book collectors really do, is they love the artwork and they get their variants of different artwork from different artists, which is really cool. Oh, I'm sorry, Trash. I thought you lived in the UK, buddy. So I was just, again, making sure that the links are working. They're still readily available. I'm not sure how many people know about it, because again, these websites are comic book store websites, so I'm not sure who's promoting them. I'm not sure if on eBay if they're well known. So I'm putting it here on the live stream that I'm promoting these comic book stores, Stadium Comics and JJ's Comics, down in the description for, again, those sets. So I hope that you guys are able to get them. That's what my main purpose of this channel is, to help you as a collector. If you're not aware of it, you don't know where to find it, this is where I'll hopefully be able to help. Well, Wolf, I'll show you what I was talking about before. You may not see these yet. This is the JJ Comics variant for Archie vs. Predator 2 with a version variant of that same comic book. So you get 2 different covers, one with the letters, one without the letters. And I just got these in the mail. Now, I have not read this sequel yet, so no spoilers. So, Wolf, if you missed it, again, those links are down in the description for Stadium Comics and JJ's Comics. So, what you'll get from Stadium Comics, Wolf, is you're going to be able to get the Swamp Thing Homage cover. So, I'll show you, this is the House of Secrets issue number 92, first appearance of Swamp Thing from 1971. And this is what you'll get: Archie vs. Predator Swamp Thing Homage variant with Betty, Predator in the background, and you get one with letters, one without the letters. So I wanted to help you guys get those covers and snag them up because they're 300 copies. Predator would kick so much Archie's ass. That's funny. I thought it was interesting at the end of the first issue, well, technically I guess it would be issue 4, on how Betty and Veronica turned the Predator back into Archie being, since Predator killed Archie. So I just wanted to make sure that you, Wolf, had access to those 2 variant covers. So again, that's 12 covers. You get 2, the letter and the version one, for both Stadium Comics and JJ's Comics. And of course you got the regular 6, plus the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, or PX Previews exclusive, which is 7. So that's quite a bit. I'm not sure if Books A Million or GameStop or any else is going to do any other covers for Archie vs. Predator number 2, or issue sequel. But like I said, I just want to make sure that you guys are aware of that. Now, what I also want to talk about is Prime. Well, let's talk about San Diego Comic-Con a little bit. So NECA did state that unfortunately there's not going to be any new Predators being revealed at San Diego Comic-Con. He may or may have not have hinted where this will be at New York City Comic-Con. But what he did reveal already was the Sinestro Core Predator for NYCC. I kind of like this design because what it is a Predator to Borg Predator body with a Brother Boar biohelmet from Predator 2. Pretty much the entire whole Predator is from Predator 2, the movie. And they slapped a Sinestro Core or the Fear Lantern because he's yellow. And that's about it. So, I'm not sure if I like that or not. Because I could definitely see now why a lot of collectors are just pretty much saying that it kind of is what it is. But I'm not sure about that NECA figure though. Yeah, City Hunter Love has the 6 issues. I did see that on our Twitter feed and Instagram. But as far as that Sinestro Core Predator for NYCC, and of course it's going to be sold as a set. I'm not sure what the price point is. Randy hasn't said anything about the price point or how it's going to be handled. More likely to be very similar to how SDCC was. But I'm curious what the Green Lantern and Predator will be like. I agree with Trash. Trash says, I like the design better if it wasn't a DC crossover. Yeah, I mean, with Batman vs. Predator, I like the Predator design because it was closer to what the Predator showed up in the comic book. But the Sinestro Core Predator, I haven't even read the Sinestro Core comic itself. I know Predator makes an appearance along with the Xenomorph as well, because you're talking about the Green Lantern Corps as protectors of the galaxy, and each faction of each planet had their own Green Lantern. So it'd be interesting to see a Predator as Green Lantern because he is a Green Lantern of his own planet. I don't know how that correlates, but I guess didn't work out in his favor. He's not a Green Lantern, he's a Fear Lantern, or yellow. So I'm curious of how this entire figure will look. I like the photograph, I'm just not sure about the design because it's using a Predator 2 body, Predator 2 biohelmet for 2 different, characters mashed up into one and paint him yellow, or yellow and black. So hopefully he won't be the $120. If he is, I will pass. Because I know there is going to be the Superman versus Aliens. It's the Joker alien. So, nah. Well, it says Alien and Predator can't live with each other, can't live without them. This is true. Now it's a franchise. Yeah, I did too. Trash says, I did like the release of the classic Batman vs. Predator NECA set. Yeah, I did. I am bidding on one. So we'll have to wait and see in the next few days if I win or not. I'm not spending $80, $90, even over $100 for the set. I think some of these prices on eBay right now for the Batman vs. Predator figure, just for the 2 figures, as a 2-pack, not as a set, are getting astronomically ridiculous. Even when as a set, they're still selling, well, not selling, but listing, there's a difference. I'm not sure if they sold, but the listing price for some of these are between $150 to as high as $200. So it's $100 per 2-pack. I ain't doing it. Nope. I think it's ridiculous. You are definitely a flipper. So I don't partake in any of that kind of crap. Well, says I wonder if NECA will release a new Wolf figure. They will, and Randy said it'll be done during the fall of this year. Yeah, I think it's if it's not going to be done this year, it'll be done in 2020. He may release or show the new Ultimate Wolf Predator figure at NYCC. May. But we'll have to wait and see until NYCC, which is only 2 months away, or 3. No, 2 months, because I know it's the beginning of October. So yeah, 2 months away, and we'll already have yet another con to talk about, NYCC. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. But here's the thing, though. When it comes down to Ultimate figures, this is why I don't want to really buy all the figures from NECA. Because if you already have, let's say, Bad Blood and Enforcer, I'm going to get definitely the 2-pack because of the box art that's surrounding both of the figures, and they come with more accessories. But technically, they're still the same characters. So I do like the fact that if you missed out on the original wave, don't worry, you're going to get it in an Ultimate or a 2-pack later on down the road with better articulation, better paint, more accessories. So when you display your NECA figures, like mine will be out of box except for the 2-packs. So for me, I'm not going to collect the exact same character twice, even though there are definitely differences between the two with better sculpt, paint, and articulation, but I'm not going to try to collect all of them. Wolf Predator Queen says, Wolf is my boy. Well, yeah, I can see that in your name. Wolf is a cool character, though, I'm not going to lie. And if you like Scar Wolf, you're going to really like my next video next week. No spoilers, no hints. You're just going to like my next video. I can't believe I was able to get it, but yeah, I got it. I got it done. So I think what we're going to do now, moving right along, is talk about Prime 1. So this video right here is from Cisco, or it's Cisco. Her name is Rebecca out in the UK. And I'm only borrowing this to show you because she was physically there in front of this, you know, statue. I mean, this is the 1/4 scaled Predator from Prime 1. This is the deluxe version where you get the skinned body, and this is amazing. This is the Jungle Hunter. They say this is the comic book version from Big Game, issue number 2. I'm going to explain why I don't believe this is. But the dents on the bio helmet, the paint, the cannon, this is 100% accurate. I love this statue. I have to have this statue. There's no doubt about it. I have to have this. Everything for the bloody skull, the paint on his hands, the skulls underneath him. This is just amazing. Now, I think someone broke the blades, but I mean the netting is separate from the body, so that's not painted, that's real netting on the body. And I love his armor, his everything is about this is beautiful. Yeah, I think like if you see the blades, I think someone broke the blades. I could be wrong, but those are spread out too far apart from each other. But those skulls, man, look at those. That is absolutely gorgeous. You got a snake on the base. The vines and the tree foliage, those are all plastic. So you have a snake in the bronze. You got water right there on the bottom. So it's a translucent resin to make it look like water. And I have to have this. I have to have this deluxe version of the statue. I know I already have the Prime 1 crack test coming in, but this 1/4 scaled Jungle Hunter is definitely a must-have for Predator collectors. And you get the deluxe version tree stand with the skinned body on top of it, with again the fake foliage, plastic vines hanging from a tree. So, FY, this is me a little bit be grotesque, but this is just, I mean, the amount of detail on this is ridiculous. Prime 1 is killing it. Absolutely killing it. I really do like the paint that Rebecca was able to grab from this. And like I said, everything as far as the foliage is plastic. They're not obviously real trees or anything. But the quality is definitely all there. And I love the pose. Like I said, I'll get to the pose here in a minute. But yeah, I gotta have that Jungle Hunter. And then you have the Gort or prototype bio helmet to go along with it. So there's 4 swappable heads. 4 swappable heads that you can swap out. And that's why I like this statue so much, because you get so many options for this statue. You get an open mouth, closed mouth, unmasked face, and the paint on this is ridiculous. The paint, the eyes, everything has been absolutely done accurately to detail as it's supposed to be. So yeah, I'm getting this. It's a done deal. I have to do. Yeah, it's not. The treasures, the armor is not the big game predator, it's the Jungle Hunter. Yeah, well, it's not so much as the armor, and let me explain that real quick, Trash. If you'll notice really quickly, and I'll go back, not to the video, but here's what I was able to edit. So you'll notice, yes, the armor and everything this is from issue 2 of Predator Big Game. It is the Predator, but you notice the difference on how I don't believe this is the Big Game Predator, because he doesn't have his staff and he doesn't have his bag of skulls. He has a spine in his hand, and if you'll notice the tree, which is from the deluxe version, you actually get the skinned body. So this is from the first movie, not the comic book. That's why, again, when I was talking about before, showing off, you know, the different bio helmets, and one of the bio helmets is the prototype, or the Gort, is what was shown. They changed the design, went from that design to the smoother design. So when you swap out the heads, you can do either the original movie version, the final movie version, or the unmasked heads. So no, to me this is not the Big Game Predator as most people are believing it to be. The pose is exactly the same, but it's not the same character. It's not from the comic book line. I'll make that depiction too whenever I get them in my collection. I do a review. I'll explain why it's not Big Game Predator. I don't understand why Prime 1 would do 2 characters or 2 statues of the same character. That doesn't make any sense. So I'll be getting definitely the Big Game Predator coming out of the cave, issue number 1 statue, and I'll get the 1/4 scale Jungle Hunter statue, the one I just showed off. I don't think they've done a price point, because that was at the Summer Wonderfest in Japan. Based on the deluxe version, if you're getting the skinned body, the 4 swappable heads, and that statue, you're probably going to be looking at a price point between $1,500 to $1,800, because you can't go over, well, you could, but I don't know why they would do it, of $2,000. It's close to $2,000. You figure with shipping involved, you're going to be paying $2,000 for it. My Crack Tusk Prime 1 Predator, I won't be making payments on him until December, so I still have time to save up, start making payments on him. But I won't physically have him until July. But I'm really excited though to be able to have my very first Prime 1 statue in my collection, especially since it's Crack Tusk. And I have the original page of the pose that he's been sculpted from. and I also have the comic book. So to me, it was pretty much self-explanatory that I had to have the 1/4 scaled crack tusk predator. Yeah, it will be worth it. Prime 1 is killing it right now with these statues. I can see why there's another YouTuber by the name of Batman Statue Collector. It's kind of on the nose, so to speak, with his name. But that's all he collects is Prime 1 Batmans. He has other things in his collection, and the only reason I'm bringing that up is because that's all the statues that he's collected thus far has been Prime 1. It's just everyone is shifting gears over to Prime 1 because Sideshow is just Marvel, DC, and Star Wars. That's the only 3 licenses that they focus on. And 9 times out of 10, it's already a pose or a statue that you can probably get bigger and better from Prime 1. That's just my, thoughts. But NECA is killing it with action figures. Prime 1 is killing it with statues. Can't wait to... There's definitely going to be some more financial changes coming up here pretty soon. I got to focus on a lot of things. This year of 2019 is going to be coming to a close. We're halfway through 2019. I will be focused on 2020. It's the 30th anniversary of Predator 2, the 10th anniversary of Predators, and the 30th anniversary of me collecting this franchise. So I'm going to try to do a lot of really cool things for 2020. But it takes money to do that. I don't know. I think Wolf, I know you focus on NECA and you're working on your Wolf Hot Toys. Have you ever wanted to get a statue? And if so, which statues do you want to get? Trash, the same question for you or Scott. I'm just curious of what your interests are besides action figures. I know price has a lot to do with it, but I just figure I'd ask. If I have the opportunity to grab it, it's done. It's already in my collection. So I already have, like I said, the comic books. They're on their way. It'll be about 2 weeks for the San Diego Comic-Con one. Really, Wolf? Wolf says not really. No statues for her. I don't know. I'm going to laugh when Prime 1 does a Wolf Predator 1/4 scale figure or statue. You're going to change your mind as soon as Prime 1 does one. Oh, I would love to see, because I know they're going to do it. They're going to do a probably a 1/4 scale Scar from AVP. They might just do a couple of poses. There's a lot of poses I already have in my head they might do, but yeah, Wolf, I think your first statue might be a Prime 1 Wolf. Oh yeah, that was also from Prime 1. Let me point that out, and this is the really cool thing about that you mentioned, Trash. The one that I did, that was, I'm pretty sure that was last month, if not the month before. That's only $900. You know, you figure with shipping a little over $1,000, you make payments on it. I think payments are what, $86 a month for 10 months maybe. To me, that's doable. I actually thought about it. I'm not gonna lie, but I have to wait to see, because he will release around the same time frame as Crack Tusk. Well, says maybe see if I can find a Hot Toys Scar on eBay. You can. When I went to Alabama, no, it wasn't. It was Huntsville Comic Con. Yeah, Huntsville Comic Con. Sorry. When I went to Huntsville Comic Con and I interviewed Arthur Sidom, Sam De La Rosa, and Jim Shooter, which again I will leave those videos up here in case you guys are interested. Those are 3 comic book artists. When I went to Huntsville, there was a Hot Toys Scar for $200, but I didn't have $200. for me to spend. I would have, if I had the budget saved up, I probably would have snagged that immediately, but I didn't have $200. I grabbed the guy's information just to see if he was able to negotiate, but he hasn't responded or replied to me yet. Trash says, sell all my organs in the black market. Like, do you really need both lungs and kidneys? Yeah. I mean, you can survive with one kidney if you really want to, get rid of a kidney. Donate it to somebody who really needs it for kidney dialysis. But luckily, I don't have to do any of that kind of stuff. I just find deals. And I find the opportunities. A perfect example would be the Crack Tusk Prime 1 statue. I never thought I'd be able to pre-order a Prime 1 statue. And that was pre-ordered back in April. I put down the deposit. My payments don't start until December. Technically, if you really think about it, $60, or $120 a month. So I've already applied my points from Sideshow towards that. So it's not going to be the 146. It's actually going to be more like 132 per month. That starts in December. If you save up $120 per month, by the time that my payments technically start, I've already paid for the statue. So that's where that opportunity lies in, where you're not actually going to be billed until a certain time frame. You pre-order it now, but Sideshow says, well, this won't ship until a certain time frame. So if our payment plans were 8 months and your payment plan starts in December, you have that time to save as much as you can. I'm like you, Wolf. I like to keep both my kidneys. Yeah, I agree. I don't need to sell my body parts or anything. It's not required. Don't worry about it. You have to see, this is why, again, I started my channel. You have the opportunity, like right now, if you want an opportunity to get the Prime 1 City Hunter wall relief 1/4 scale statue, you can. You simply just go to prime1.com. They ship to the United States. I know because of the China tariff and everything, but you can actually have it where your shipping is cheaper. You won't get it until probably around 3-4 months, but your payments are only going to be between $80 to $86 per month. They'll start immediately, but if you figure within your budget, based on all your expenses with your initial deposit, $80 per month after that, by the time it's already been paid, that's it, you're done. And you'll have it be shipped to you sometime in around what? December, if it ships out in July, so August, yeah. You'll get it around Christmas. That's your Christmas present right there to yourself. Trish says you can 3D print that stuff. That's funny. Now, I know there wasn't a lot to talk about on this particular live stream, but I just want to know from you, how was your guys' San Diego Comic Con? Did you guys get anything from San Diego Comic Con as well? Besides the Titan figure? Did anybody get the monogram clip bags? The bag clips? So this was kind of interesting, I think. Even though I show off a lot of stuff that's probably related, I don't hear a lot of people getting stuff from other booths. I don't see people getting, they just focus on NECA. Nobody knows about Titan or Monogram or anything like that. Not even Bottleneck Gallery or Mondo. I know Scott got his Titan figure. Actually, Wolf, you didn't get the Batman vs. Predator one, did you? Did you get the set, or did you get just those two figures? The 2-pack? could be. Trash asks, is it the price point that may put people off? Yes and no. It's a very good point that you mentioned, Trash. I think mainly because a lot of people, when they see $1,800, $1,200, yeah, it's going to probably put you off a little bit, but you have to look at ratio to materials versus artistic. Like, here's an example. Prime One had, via the video that I showed from, again, Rebecca, or It's Cisco, this is the name of her YouTube channel, and like I said, I just borrowed it to reflect because she was physically there. You get real plastic netting, so it will last, it's durable. The scale, the sculpt, the paint, 4 swappable heads, plastic foliage of the vines, ferns, and all that stuff. You have a snake that was hand sculpted into the base, translucent resin for water, the deluxe version for a skinned body on the tree, the foliage for that. I mean, it's expensive. I mean, it looks expensive. Even if I were to look at that and the price point wasn't even given yet, I could literally say why I think they would say, well, that's a $2,000 statue. And I would nod in agreement because I can understand the amount of detail, the amount of work and labor was put into that, and the amount of passion and accuracy that was put into that. I mean, their heads alone are accurately painted. The sculpt is beautiful. It's literally the Jungle Hunter. I mean, there's better, to my knowledge, there has been no statue other than from Stan Winston Studios directly, because there was it 1/3? I think it's a 1/3 scale statue that Sideshow did with Stan Winston Studios in collaboration before he passed away, which is a grail of mine. I want that so bad. But there was 2 versions of that. And I think, no, it's 1/4 scale. Sorry, I was getting the scales wrong. But even at this size, with how much stuff you're getting with it, it's ridiculous. Well, so it's working, me and my boyfriend having lazy days together. That's understandable. I'm sorry, Wolf, that you didn't get anything from San Diego Comic-Con this year, Predator related, that I showed. But there's going to be opportunities that hopefully, if things change, you can do it. I know, Wolf, that I think you said, was it the month or month before, or last month, that you were a bagger at grocery store. So I get it. I understand. You just gotta, I don't know, it depends on your expenses and what you're really after. The other example would be Matt Broyle's collection room tour that I did. And again, I'll also leave that link up here as well for that video. He focuses only on action figures and comic books. He has a couple of statues and busts from Palisades, but those are, very affordable as well. But he did not snatch up a Wolf Hot Toys from the con because me and him went con hunting together. So there was an opportunity at $265, which is retail value for Hot Toys Wolf. He didn't pick it up. He doesn't have room or space for it, but he still collects. He still does comic books and action figures. Also, I simply can't afford to go anywhere. I'm sorry, Wolf. I really know that sucks. I'm kind of in the same boat, but not really. I choose not really to go anywhere unless it's something that I really want to do. Knoxville was the perfect example. There was a huge opportunity for that. I was able to, like I said, interview this chief communications officer and vice president of sales. Met him, met a few other people, met Matt, interviewed him in his collection. So there was room for content on my channel, not to worry about reviews, NECA, Eagle Moss. I know I do quite a bit of that, but I want to diversify my content. I don't want to focus on just reviews all day, every day, and then a live stream at the end of the month just for the sake of having a live stream like this. I don't do it that way. But what I want to know from you, Wolf and Trash, what did you think of the content I provided for the month of July? Because I really want to hear feedback. Was it something that was worth watching? Because if not, then I won't do it. But I wanted to do it anyway for myself. Trash says to Wolf, try and find the Kotobukiya Predator 2 titles. Yeah, the Shimasutra figures. They are very affordable and very small. So, in case you are watching this live stream, what he's referring to is Shimasutra Kotobukiya figures, and I'll leave a link for that video up here as well, because I did review one of those figures for the City Hunter, and they are relatively affordable. I think they're what, $10 on eBay, probably even a little bit more than that, depending upon where you are for shipping. But I do like the Shimasutra figures. They have a mini busts, they have different poses, they even have the skulls, standalone skulls from the ship. So that was pretty cool. But other than that, I don't really think there's a lot. Oh, I didn't want to forget one thing. If you guys by any chance are not already a part of the community, and that's at predatormovies.com. They're currently doing a monthly giveaway, and that giveaway is going to be either pop figures, Diamond Select toy products, t-shirts, comic books from Fright Rags, and a drinkable coffee mug. That's just an example of some of the prizes that you can get. And if you click on the link down in the description below for predatormovies.com, you actually become part of the Predator community itself, and as long as you comment, reply, you'll automatically be entered into the giveaway. You can get one of these prizes. It already started this month. I'm not sure exactly who is the winner for the month of July, but this will, I believe, go all the way up until December. So if you by chance are not part of the Predator community, that link is down in the description as well for that monthly giveaway. Yeah, I do plan, Trash has enjoyed it, like you going out meeting fans and seeing their collection. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do more of that probably before the end of the year. I just got to save up, again, money to go out to Kentucky. There's one person I want to get a chance to meet in person. He has his own YouTube channel called Kraken Hunters. So, pretty cool guy. So I might go and stop by his neck of the woods, so to speak, and see his collection. Trish says I got 3 of them for a Kenner pack in the day. Yeah, I have all the Kenner figures except for Laser Shot, which is kind of ironic, but Laser Shot was the only figure that I missed out on, and Lava Planet, I think. There's only 2 of the Kenner figures I don't have. Yeah, when it comes down to the Silver Screen Bottling Company interview, I definitely did not want to miss on that one. Also, it's too bad I don't bother with that site anymore. I never understood why it worked, and I noticed that some of my posts have disappeared. Yeah, I missed the app too, Wolf. But it's still a community. Alpha Predator, who is the moderator or administrator for the site, he has tweaked it. It's a little bit better now. It's a little much more easier to post. I think I'm capped on skulls. And if you, by chance, I'm not sure, you still earn skulls to get ranks in certain positions on the website. It's a forum, but it's a really cool forum nonetheless. Again, that link is down in the description for predatormovies.com as a Predator fan community. What's up, Vanessa? Ladies and gentlemen, meet the mother of my child, Vanessa. Where's Drake? Is he alright? Just as sorry, Irish slang got 3 of the Shima Sutras for 10 British pounds back in the day. Okay. Hi Drake, if you can see you, D. I love you. I hope Drake can see me. I shaved my head last night. Okay. Was it just you and David, Drake, and Theo, or if you guys were wondering, Vanessa, she's talking about they're at the airport in Sacramento, flying back to Portland, Oregon International Airport. So yeah, Vanessa's in the chat, and this is the mother of my child. Hopefully, like I said, Drake, if you can see me, Daddy loves you. I miss you so much, buddy. And I hope that you had a good time in California visiting Grandma and Grandpa. I miss you, I really do, buddy. I love you very much, Drake. Daddy's working really hard. So Daddy's been working really hard to try to come and see you. I might be able to for Christmas, but I'm not quite sure. But things are changing for the better. I know I can't hear you, but I just want to say, Drake, that I love you, buddy. I love you very much. Did you guys have fun at Disneyland? Did he also go to the Star Wars Galaxy part in Disneyland, or is that something different? Wolf Predator Queen says, hi Drake, I asked about you a few times. You guys be safe. What time is your flight? Drake says, hi everyone. That's my boy. I love Drake. He's my son, obviously, but if anybody knows that he's a video gamer. He loves playing video games. That's cool. Little person says I love kids. Well, hopefully you'll have a few of your own. I highly recommend it, personally. I know a lot of people right now are saying, oh, I don't want to have kids, I don't have time for kids, I don't have the money for kids, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you know what? Say that until after you have one. And it's a whole different story. Oh, that's true. I forgot about that one. That's Kester, Trash. Drake is one of the characters in Aliens, Smart Gunners. It was between Vasquez and Drake. Drake is, I guess, the boyfriend of Vasquez. He unfortunately gets killed, but I completely forgot about that, Trash. Thanks for reminding me. Trash is my figures are my children. Wolf says, I'd love to have kids, but I'm scared about it, though. The best advice I can give to you, Wolf, is if you're worried about money, that I can understand why. It's not cheap. But when I had Drake, he came into the world in 2010. I already had a job working for a medical claims processing company. Pretty was a healthcare provider in Scottsdale. So I was doing medical claims for retirees for the United States Postal Service. We had our own place. Food was coming in. You know, he was simple. We were blessed. Me and Vanessa, we were really blessed. Trey says, right now I have a Nintendo Switch and I'm playing Fortnite, watching YouTube and Pokemon. Like father, like son. Except for the Fortnite part. I don't play Fortnite, but... Yeah, Wolf. I would wait until around 26, 27. I think you're 22 or 23. Just give it a couple more years. Focus on your financial goals. If you can afford to have at least between maybe $200 to $300 with excess money, I know it's a lot, but kids, I mean, they're the best. If I had to sell my collection for my son, I would. My son is the absolute best. So it's not about money, it's actually having a kid and birthing it. It scares me. As long as you're physically healthy, you should be fine. The only thing that scared me, Wolf, at the time was when Drake was being born and he moved around a lot. So his umbilical cord was wrapped around the neck. So when he was trying to be brought into this world, his heart rate dropped. So when he got to a certain point, we just, moved the umbilical cord away from his neck. He was perfectly fine. Crying, top the top of his lungs because he was cold. Vanessa, he's going to turn out to be a predator, not like his dad. Yeah, see, Vanessa says, yep, he's just like his dad. He has the same quirks and everything, just like me. I told Vanessa when she was pregnant, I told Vanessa, I said, watch, you're going to clone me, you just don't know it yet. And she did. Believe it or not, I don't know if I show a picture of it. I'll probably do a private live stream on my personal channel because I have two channels. I have this one, and I also have the Glendon Taylor, personal channel. Drake has the exact same birthmark on the back of his neck as I do. Only say his is a little bit smaller than mine. But yeah, apple doesn't fall far from the tree. So Vanessa, again, when is your flight? Are you waiting for the flight? I'm only asking because I don't want to keep you guys up. Trash says, I'm surprised you didn't try to convince her to name him Dutch. No, it wasn't really Predator themed names. She wouldn't go with it. I don't blame her. We tried to do something that was a little bit cool. I was hoping he would be born in the month of April, so he'd be a fire sign. So we kind of stuck with the name Drake because Draco, dragon, because in the month of April, between March and April, is a fire sign. He came out March 6th, 2010, but he came out to be a Pisces, a water sign. So Drake is still a cool name. And it says we leave at 5:40, got delayed. Oh. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, so we stuck with Drake because we thought it was going to be an April baby. I was hoping he'd be born around my birthday, but it didn't happen that way. It was close. He would have been in a little bit much more of a month, but he was already ready to come out. He was, we had to chemically induce his birth. He just wasn't quite ready to leave yet. Wolf says, I'm giving my predators Yahucha names. I'm trying to think. It'd be interesting the names that you pick out, Wolf. It's actually getting a little dark here. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. But I still have to eat. I'm actually getting a little hungry. So Vanessa, tell Drake that I love him. Drake, if you're watching this, I do love you very much, buddy. Again, I hope that you're behaving in school. I don't want to hear any notes or mom giving me notes that you've misbehaved again. But I just want to say I love you. The Tronde Eating Day. Okay. The Tronde I like. Yeah, so Wolf, Trash, I just want to thank you guys again for stopping by. Scott, if you're still watching this, thank you very much again, buddy, for you chiming in. Vanessa, again, I'll talk to you on the phone just so I can probably see Drake. I haven't seen him in a while. But Drake, again, Daddy loves you. I love you guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Again, everything that you guys need for the Archie vs. Predator comics are down in the description below. I hope that helps. I love you too, buddy. But I just wanted to say thank you much, guys. And Vanessa, I'll talk to you here in a minute. And make sure also, if you've not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button as well as bell notification for things like this to keep you well informed of the Predator franchise. And until then, next week for a very cool video. Happy hunting. And I'll talk to you guys later.